Hello everybody, this is the almost the last video if I'm going to do with stickers plan with me with this book because it's long time overdue, and I have this time I have 4 weeks, which I did my goal, which was to be 4 this week, and next week is 3, and then I'm finished with this book. So I'm going to go over where we start. So here you can see it's a beautiful spread for the last week. So this is going to be week 24 to week 27, and it's June, which is a long time ago, but we're going to go through this because I have a lot of other video I'm going to shoot as well, because I like sort of have a schedule to what video I'm going to do where. So I'm going to do the first one is this week, which is 24, and I forgot to have one here where it says what. I usually just have one sticker here where I can track what kind of full boxes they are from, so I can just do that. And then I think I have them there, not there, like so. And I'm just going to write what kind of kit that is. Like so. This kit or the full boxes are from the Stargazer from Happy Planner. So just going to put it down, and then I'm going to explain what happened in that week. Like so, this is the week 24, and I had a life-saving course on the sea where you have taken the course so you can be with the patient if they're going to be near the water or something. I wrote in my diary and listened to the movie Ma and Unfriended on Netflix, and then I went through a lot of paper things and just throw away that I didn't need, and I had a lot of paper from the social educator bachelor degree, so that was nice to just went through that. And then I filmed the plan with me, but that didn't pick up, so that's annoying. But I already said that in the last a long time ago when, yeah, it's kind of confusing because it's a long time ago, but it's just, yeah. And then the last thing I just rehearsed on the boat theory, and then on the next day I vacuumed my room. I rehearsed on driving around places on a small narrow roads, and then nothing else special happened. And Wednesday I had a shift, and yeah, nothing special happened really, just the normal. We were one less people on the work, so we're kind of busy, but not that much. And then I packed the last stuff because I'm going to leave to my boyfriend the next day. So the next day I woke up at 9, I could relax to 10, and then me and my father drove to the airport and then my boyfriend picked me up at the other airport. And then I got to know that my boyfriend, he passed the boat theory, so he has a boat license now. And nothing special happened really, just relax, nothing. And then I was up at 9, and we went down to the mall and bought the grocery, and then me and my boyfriend, we left to a car mechanic place where he got his car. And then I needed to have a loading thing for my clock. And then we went to my boyfriend's best buddy, and there we have dinner, which was very great to watch. So yeah, nothing else. And we saw the Made in Abyss movie, which came, I don't know if it came this year or if it came next year, last year, because it was very great. And then on Saturday, just relaxed, and then we went to Oslo to meet my best friend Margrethe, and we was at I don't know if it was a vegan restaurant or a vegetarian restaurant, but either of these two. And then we went home at 7, and nothing special happened the rest of the day there. All the green stuff is from the first one is because I was with my boyfriend, and then on Sunday we are starting the road trip where we left at 11 o'clock to Trondheim with few stops, and then we just were there and took a nice night walk, and then we went to bed because we're going to be up very early next day. So just going to do the week 25. I think I'm going to do the next week as well, because most of that is related to road trip, and it's going to be very kind of repetitive. So I'm just going to do the next week as well, so that is done. Like so. Then we have the next week. I was up early because of the boat exam, but I didn't make it, so that was a fail. And then in the around 12 o'clock ish, we drove from Trondheim up to Vennesund, and we got there around 7 o'clock. And then we had a vegetarian spaghetti and just walked around in the area and explored the place. The camp is near the ocean. And then on the next day we had a whole day, which was a fishing day. We were out, there was nice lovely weather, so for the most part just fishing on that day. And then we was on Wednesday we was on a little bit of fishing trip, but there was a lot of wind, so we just drove back. And then we drove to Torghatten, which is a tourism thing, and there we walk on a steep hill up 800 meters, but it's a lot of other area you can walk around, but we took the 800 steep hill thing. And then nothing else happened, just was lazy and relaxed. On the next day we drove in 11 o'clock, in just a 4-hour drive to Mo i Rana, and we just took a shower when we came, and then we had a dinner at the Thai restaurant. And then the hotel we went to had a supper dinner kind of stuff, which is in this pricing, so that was great. And then we went very early, 6:30. We had breakfast, and then we went. It was just a 5-hour road trip to Vesterålen, and then we just walk around. We just what is it called? Just packed out, and then we just walked around and get to know the area. On the next day, Saturday, had breakfast, and then we baked a cake to lunch. we had the vegetarian spaghetti again, which is very good. And then we went to the Boygan to saw a concert and had shrimp sandwich. We saw live music by two guys who hasn't performed for I think it was 8 years or something, he said, so that was fun. The next day was just a lazy day, nothing special happened, just was inside, was a lot of rain, just listened to the audiobook, which is called The Kings, what is it called? The Ways of Kings. And that was just a lot of driving, a lot of road trip, and a lot of exploring to different kind of places. And then the next week we had just, it was a lot of rain that day, so we were inside the whole day and just saw listened to The Ways of King. We sat for the firewood and just relaxed and had cacao. Next day we just we with our neighbor on the cabin, we had a fishing trip and fished and stuff, and then we packed and was ready to leave tomorrow. The next day we just washed and cleaned up after us out of the cabin, and we left at 4. We were supposed to be at the boat safari, but there was too much wind, so they cancelled on us. So we just decided to drove down to Mo i Rana, which takes 7 hours. We weren't there before like 5 in the morning or at night, so that was interesting. And then next day we checked in at Scandic, but just were there for 2 hours because I prefer the other hotel, Clarion, so we just was there at 2 hours, and then we took another hotel when they had available for rooms. And then since it was a lovely weather, we just went to the Strand Promenade, beach promenade thing, and then had the breakfast, supper at the hotel, and then went to bed. The next day we just was out and about and had some sun, and then we was at a room the whole day because just relaxing and stuff. And then on Saturday we went after breakfast for our 6-hour drive. We went to Stjørdal Airbnb. We ate dinner at Egon, and then we listened to the Audible the rest of the day. And then on Sunday we drove in at 10 o'clock, and then we went to Teisendam to sunbathe, and then we met at my boyfriend's best buddy to Eisendam, and then they bathed and I just sunbathed. And then later that day we met my boyfriend's best buddy's roommates, because he is moving to a new collective, so that's when we barbecued. It was social. And then the last week of this video, I feel like my voice is very much. I've talked a lot. So this is the last week I'm going to be talking about this today. So as you can see, the green tape is going to end because that was my road trip ending. So I took the boat theory exam again, but I didn't. I got better than the last time, but I didn't qualify for it, so I didn't get the boat license, unfortunately. And then we met up with my boyfriend best buddy again and climbed on a climbing place. And then we went to the city and had hamburger and went home. The next day we met up with the same guy again, and we went around in Trondheim and was on a cafe. And then we got to the place where we stayed at, and my boyfriend and his buddy, they made pasta and meatball. And then he invited a collective roommate from the collective to join us to dinner, and then we played Jack in the Box, and they left at 11 o'clock, and we cleaned and washed up, and then we went to bed. The next day we cleaned and washed, and then we drove the 6.5 hour home. We went to the Espa, like it's the best buns in Norway, it's supposed to be. We went home to 10 o'clock, and then we stayed at the City Box hotel, and then we took a shower and slept. The next day we walked around in the mall, and then we met the buddy again at the Homestead where we had dinner, and we walked around before we went back to the hotel. We listened to the audiobook, and I wrote some notes for the day for my diary. And then the next day my boyfriend drove me to the airport, and my dad picked me up. I cleaned out all my luggage, and then took that into place where it belonged. Then I took a shower and just relaxed for the rest of the day. The next day, or the next 2 days, I had just like a whole day shift, a 13-hour shift. So nothing special happened there. I just the same as usual, nothing special happened. So that's great. And then the next weeks I'm going to do is the last weeks I have. There is 28, 29 and 30. So that is going to be my last plan with me for a while, because I don't know what I'm going to do next, but that is it. That is my plan with me for these times. And if you like these sort of videos, I'm going to have the playlist for plan with me up above. It's going to be right here now. And then if you like these videos or something, then you can subscribe. And yeah, and then I can say what I usually say. That is goodbye. Hope you like this video, and we talk later. Bye bye.